guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If we could get 400 likes on the video, that would be bloody fantastic. Here is the Euro Cup draw. We're doing the first round right now as we speak. Obviously, we got top sort of seed for that, I suppose, as a result of winning our group. So let's do the automatic draw. We'll do a question of the day as well. Today's question is this: will you ever do a co-op FM save? If you mean like a save where, like a network game with another YouTuber where you both control a team, basically no. The answer for that is just simple, because they just take too long, they get boring very quickly, and it's just not the sort of thing I really have time to do on the channel, and I just don't think it'd be that interesting, if I'm honest. It's better, like, draft stuff is more interesting, and I do want to do some of that sort of stuff when I get the chance with other YouTubers and whatnot, but that's all I really have planned in terms of that sort of thing. Anyway, so yeah, if you've got any ideas for a question of the day, do drop those in the comments too, with the hashtag QOTD. I've managed to get through that before we've even been drawn out the hat, so that's kind of cool. Salzburg would be an interesting one to try. Not quite. Monaco, Christ, that's a big side. Dnipro, we nearly got Dnipro last time. Nope, not Dnipro. Krasnodar, that would be interesting. Nope, Sociedad, okay. Sport, oh please not Sporting, that would be really difficult. Okay, Fenerbahce, there's still some difficult teams in here. Stuttgart, they'd be tough as well. They won the competition last time round, I think. If I remember correctly, Stuttgart, no they can't have done, because otherwise they wouldn't still be in it, would they? Or would they? Actually, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I have a strange suspicion that Stuttgart were in the final of this competition a couple of years ago. Maybe they lost or something, but that's a really, really tough tie that we've been given there. I just want to quickly check, actually, stages, if we can. Are we allowed to do that? So, stages, current season, last season. I want to just quickly check who was in the final. It was, yeah, Stuttgart. Hang on, I thought the winner goes into the Champions League, or have they already been knocked out of the Champions League and thus they're back in this again? But yeah, so Stuttgart are the reigning champions of the Europa League, and we get to play them in the first knockout round. Ah, so much for winning the group, eh, guys? I don't know who Hearts got to play against, but who did Hearts get? They got to play against... Who did Hearts? Oh, wait, was it not Hearts that went through in the end? Was it, PAOK? I actually can't see them for some reason. Apologies for that. Oh, Hearts. They got Borussia Mönchengladbach, so frankly, it's a bit of, you know, it was going to be a crazy good German team either way. So we're going to get Stuttgart. So anyway, guys, I'll join you guys in a sec for the highlights, for the whatever game I've picked next, I can't even remember. The Fulham game, of course. And enjoy the highlights of the games that we've played in December. See you guys in a sec. Alex Tellers for Newcastle now. Flicked on. Oxford. Oh my god, Reece Oxford has made Newcastle take the lead, and we've not had a single shot yet. This has been a very strange performance off the back of the Hearts game. We can't afford to start dropping points now. Dalby, can you get it through the channel maybe? Finds Mateus. There we go, 1-1 here. Mateus with his third goal of the season. It's nice to see him score a goal, frankly. He was quite poor against Hearts, but there we go, 1-1. Ball goes short for Baltam. Can he pull it back across for someone maybe? Achibar goes for Masek. Good strike. Salvi pulls it back from Mateus, and he's grabbed another one, and Wimbledon have flipped it over on Newcastle just like we did against Stoke, but this time we need to hang on. 2 goals for Mateus though. Brilliant stuff. There we go, another 2-1 victory. Mateus finally makes his mark on the team with a brace. 2 assists for Salvi. Great turnaround, even without Fabio. Doing what he does. Carlos out wide for Manquillo. Ball in. Fabio's across, and it is 1-0 to Wimbledon. He's back, and he's back with a vengeance. 20 goals this year. There we go. Swansea 0, Wimbledon 1 after 4 minutes here. Insane. Whips it in. Cleared away. Down to Masek. To Salvi. Pulls it across Fabio. In off the bar. And he's grabbed himself another goal. Insane stuff. 2-0 up now at Swansea. Fabio with 2 more. Can he make a return run? Masek looks out wide for Manquillo. Keeps it in just. Fabio's in there. It's a hat-trick. We're 3-0 up at Swansea. Fabio scored another hat-trick. He is now starting to become Millington, I have to say. It's important to bear in mind that Swansea are 5th in the league, and we've just gone there and thumped them 3-0 without even flinching, basically. Incredible stuff. Finds the channel, not quite. Salvi again, though. He's got Manquillo on the overlap. Ball in. Fabio's header. Oh my goodness me. This guy, seriously, that's his 21st goal in the league in 17 matches. We are insane at the moment. It up, slips it through. Oh my goodness me. Terrible defending from Everton, and Fabio pounces again. He's got 22 in the league now. We're 2-0 up at... This tactic, guys, this tactic. Fabio, can he spin? Back for Carlos, through for Salvi. This is beautiful football. Oh, what about that for a goal? 3-0 to Wimbledon. Alessandro Salvi this time with the goal. This is getting silly now. Is it through? Oh, it's in. And Sabitza's got one back for Everton. First shot on target of the entire match. Marcel Sabitzer gets one back for them, but we should in theory already have the win. I'll to Carlos now. Oh, loses out. Funes Mori. Sabitzer. Cresci's got a bit of space to run into. A lot of players have been drawn to him. We've got to be careful here, guys. Cresci. Ball back for Stark. Oh my fucking days. Are you serious? They've scored... They've only had 2 shots on target and they've hit this... How are we only 3-2 up? Sabitzer, he's injured though, so we shouldn't really be able to do much here. Oh my days, are you serious? Look at the space in the middle. Look at the space in the middle. Oh, I'm sick to my stomach. They've had 3 shots on target, they've scored all of them. I know we shouldn't let them have the shots, but, like, seriously? I don't believe that we've managed to throw that away. Like, because it's difficult to know what we did wrong, either. Like, we had a 3-0 lead, and then they get 3 shots on target and score all of them. Ah, dearie me. Well, there we go. We move on. We move on. Masek, can he slip one through maybe? Goes for Baltam. Baltam brings it down. Baltam scores. We've taken the lead against Arsenal. This would be a huge result in the league season. I can't believe Emran Baltam's only scored 1 this year, but we have the lead. That's a bit against the run of play. They've been good. Alcacer steps up with the penalty and scores. It was a bit of a harsh penalty against Imran Baltam, really. I didn't really know what happened, but it is 1-1 here, and Arsenal get the deserved equaliser. So can he slip it through maybe? Fabio's got round. Fabio's through, or not quite. Oh my, well, that's just unlucky from Arsenal again. We have the lead back again. Fabio with the goal. It's very much against the run of play yet again. Very, very lucky to be in front, to be honest. In behind for Masek. There's space in the middle if you can find it. He's gone through a few. Will he shoot? Finds Baltam at the back post, and it is 3-1 to Wimbledon. Arsenal have been caught on the break there, and now we lead by 3-1. This is insane, the form we're in lately. It's unplayable at times. Salvi, can he skin his man? He's so good in these areas. Salvi goes round. Fabio at the back. Oh my god, we've got 4 against Arsenal. Arsenal have not lost a game all season in any competition, and we've put 4 past them here. This is insane. What a second half. What a turnaround. Well, there we go. I made one little change at half time and suddenly, bang, 4 goals. This is insane. Brilliant stuff, though. Fantastic. Right, guys, we are back. And, yeah, so as you can see, it's been an insane month. It really, really has. Now, it's been kind of good and bad. We've fallen down the injury list again, which is lovely. And I feel that's improved our form again a little bit. Fabio's got 24 in 18 now. It beggars belief how well he's done. Alessandro Salvi has been like the find of the year because he's already now starting to become 3.5 stars in this team and is improving day by day because he's having a wonderful, wonderful season. And Everton's injury has led to his, he was meant to be a backup for Everton, and now Everton can't get in the team. He really can't. Salvi is rocking that role at the moment, and I'm happy to let him keep doing it, to be honest. Taking a look at what we did this month, it's been a bit, we've not lost, which is good, since the Inter game, which is fantastic. Against Newcastle, we turned it around well. 2 goals from Mateus. I think that was him finally starting to stake a claim to a spot in this team at some point, getting 2 good goals to flip it on them after a weird goal by Reece Oxford. Against Swansea, though, went there, Fabio just did what he does. A hat-trick away from home against Swansea. Perfect. He couldn't have asked for more. And Swansea were 5th in the league at the time, remember? That gave us a huge gap over them. The Everton game, though, I'm sure some of you looked at that and thought, how the hell do you throw away a 3-goal lead? Now, I was asking myself the same question because obviously there's things we could have done tactically differently, there always is, but when you go into half-time in a game, when you're 3-0 up and the other team has not had a single shot, the first thought on your mind is not, ooh, how can we limit them? Because we were limiting them to nothing. So it was very difficult to know what to change. And we changed a couple of things to try and be more defensive later on in that game, but they just, it's not like they had loads of great opportunities either. They got 3 and they scored them. And fair play to them on that one. It was I still feel like we can feel ourselves a little bit unlucky, but we should have done better defensively and not conceded the 3 goals. Because we'd have been having a chance to go top if it wasn't for that, frankly. But there you go. And against Arsenal, Baltam and Fabio ran the show. Now, Arsenal were great in that game, and they deserved to be in the lead early on. They took they had some really good chances that Gafrascoli made great saves, and again only got a 6.9 for no reason. They had 2 1-on-1s with Alcacer and Ayoze Perez. Both of them were saved by Gafrascoli brilliantly. Baltam gave us the lead, then immediately conceded a penalty, which was a bit annoying. But then we changed something in the second half, and we started exploiting Arsenal's right flank because they just weren't. They were putting all their play over to the left-hand side and ignoring their right-hand side. We were getting so much space down there. We marked Bellerin out the game, and he didn't get any chance to do anything. He just wasn't that great on that game. And Fabio, once again, perfect stuff. Baltam, perfect stuff. We were so good in the second half. 4-1 against a team that had not lost a single match in any competition. That season. No, sorry. They were unbeaten in the last 21 league games, and we beat them 4-1. It's strange, but we're doing that well at the moment. Let's take a little look at the squad before we get a chance to get into the next game. We've got 26 goals in 20 games for Fabio now. He could be on for a 50-goal season in all competitions, which is superb. And he is starting to look Millington-esque now. He really is. Less assists than last season, but that's sort of as to be expected. He's playing a different role. Isla with 6 goals, Salvi with 5, Mateus with 4. There's goals from elsewhere as well, which is nice. 13 assists this season now for Alessandro Salvi. He's played a few more games than Isla. Isla and Baltam have kind of alternated in that role a bit more to rest players and save time, and you know what I mean. Key passes this year probably should be Carlos still. Baltam, look at that. He's been so good he's suspended though, which is a pain. Last 5 matches though, Salvi, Masek, Fabio and Manquillo are all above 8. Now, I've gone out and you guys may remember a couple of seasons ago me talking about a player called Alan Granger who was at Norwich. Now I'm tempted, because he's only got 6 months left on his contract, tempted to bring him in January. He's a left back and he might just be the perfect replacement. He's not super world good, but I think like we just need some cover in that role right about now, because Cresswell's coming back, and I don't think that Cresswell is ever going to really be able to get back to his best. As you can see, he's only 2 stars in this team now, and he's 33 years old, so we do need to look for alternatives. So I think maybe getting Alan Granger in now for like 5 million or something, and then looking in the summer for a better player, because I don't want to go splashing too much cash in January just in case. So we're going to go Fabio, Isla, Carlos, Salvi, Masek, Farmer, Achabar, Gomez, Planic, Manquillo. Now, do I want to put in Gomez at left back and then put Anderson in the middle instead? I feel like against a team like Fulham, it might not be such a... Actually, wait, no. That's not a smart move at all. We need Gomez. I think Gomez is much, much quicker. Yeah, he is. He's got 17 pace. We need Gomez playing at centre-back today, because Fulham have got pacey-ass strikers, and we want to make sure we capitalise on that. Kirk or Mateus. I want to bring off... Who do we put on? Let's put on... Options-wise, let's go with Shane Williams. Generally, he's the change I often make. So, let's get into this. We should be able to beat Fulham today, but the result against Everton's kind of shaken my confidence in them a little bit at times. Planic just had a poor run as of late, and I'm actually not sure about Leonard Planic. He seems to have really tapered off in his development, which is weird, because, like, a season and a half ago, City were putting in £40 million bids for the lad. So, I don't know. Maybe that's another area. I think in the summer, this summer anyway, when are my areas to, like, areas where I've kind of identified as us needing players, I feel like we do still need another striker. And that might be if we get a lot of money somewhere to look for. And I think as well, maybe starting to look for the defenders again, because we've had a season where I was quite content with us because we were improving. And this year we've been very solid at the back. You know, can't be denied. We've still been very, very well. The Everton game is the only game where we really did suddenly just switch off. And completely out of nowhere as well. I don't know what happened in that game. It's just a very, very strange game. Achabar, of course, is having to play there. He's not great there, but he's getting lots of football. Bayern are interested in Achabar, and I can sort of see why. He is the ultimate utility player, and I do not want to lose him ever. Lovely pass from Fabio. Salvi's in. He's got to cross it. He doesn't cross it. It's a shame there. We could have had ourselves a goal inside the first minute. But, again, looking good. This tactic just seems to put so much pressure on the other team that they just seem to have no answer to it, no matter who you're playing. It's I don't know what does it. I honestly haven't figured out what makes this tactic tick, but my god does it work. This is sort of, for me, verging on probably the best tactic I've ever used on FM now. Seriously, that's how much I love the way we play when we're playing this tactic. Ooh, the possession's dropped massively there. It just seems to create, there's a lot of chances created. You generally, for the most part, don't get that many shots off target. Generally, you're quite accurate with it for some reason, although it does depend on the team. Oh dear, I say as Fabio blazes one towards the corner flag. But Mohamed, oh no, he's not the one I was thinking of. Fulham have got a young goalkeeper that I was quite interested in, but I think he's called something Henry. But he looked really good. Farmer with a good tackle again. We're keeping the pressure on high up the pitch. My worry is that if we don't score, Fulham can break on us. This tactic is always vulnerable to counter-attacking. Of course, it is. But for the most part, we've actually been fairly good at stymieing teams that try it against us. Achabar this time, cutting in. Can he knock it through the channel maybe? Farmer to Masek. Can he slip it through? Fabio's in. Carlos on the rebound. Oh, he's offside. The chance was there for Fabio, but opening 10 minutes, all Wimbledon. The possession is fantastic. The chances are there. Now, we just need that one to give us the lead, just to start eking away at Fulham's confidence a little bit. Masek's controlling the midfield like the general that he is. Let's take a little look at the... Oh, Planic just picked up a not... Oh, he's double injury. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. I wish they wouldn't do that. Okay, Anderson's on. It's fine. I would rather have Leonard Planic because he's got a little bit more pace than Mark Anderson. Anderson is... He's got 13 pace, and whoa. Is that just because it's the middle of the game? So, yeah. While we're here, actually, we'll take a little look at the stats. Wow, Fulham have done nothing, and we've done it all, but it does seem to be... majority of our penetration has come from the right-hand side still. So we'll make the change now, and I'll quickly sort the other one in a sec while I've got the chance. Right, we'll go down this right again. It worked well against Arsenal here. Home games as well. Our home ground has been a fortress this year. I'm trying to think if we've actually dropped any points at home yet this season against anybody. Because frankly, I think the only time we've lost at home was in the Cup against Chelsea, where we got absolutely hammered with the rotated team, and that was while I was still experimenting. Fabio into the channel now. We just need that goal. Oh, please don't shoot. Pulls it back from Manquillo. We need the goal to take the lead in this one, and then we can start to work. But there just seems to be so many options out there. That's what I really like about this tactic. There's players in every conceivable position you'd want them to be. With the overlaps, Farmer now flicks it back out wide. The pace of the play, even though we're not playing super high tempo. Salvi's strike is saved by Mohamed. I'm running out of superlatives to describe how well I think things are going with this tactic. Anderson, back up wide for Rodrigo de Paul. He's Fulham's main danger man. If they're going to get anything today, it's going to come from Rodrigo de Paul. I'm disappointed so far. I feel like we should have scored by now. We're playing well. Everything's going fine. I'd just like to see a little... We may have to push the tempo a tiny bit here. We do need to get that goal. And I think now teams are really starting to stand off of us and allowing us, like the Hearts game, where they really are coming to defend against us. And that kind of has its own problems. I'm just going to sit a little bit wider, because Fulham do play quite wide. We're going to try and really throw at them in the second half and tell them to be a bit more expressive, because if they do that, they might get a bit more creative on the ball and might find something a little bit different, a way of getting around Fulham when perhaps the traditional approaches based on the tactic isn't working. And something I've actually found works quite well is switching to a more expressive approach. I found that worked, it was the Newcastle game where that worked really well. Daniel, and back it comes, and cut out well by Masek. And he's even, I thought he'd fed the pass into Fabio as well. That would have been the perfect little bit of play. Rodrigo de Paul, but so far so good, really. We just need that goal. We need that goal to spark us into life. We've created enough chances to really have got one by now, you'd feel. City are beating Palace. City are closing in on us slightly, but I still feel there's a good chance for us to get a comfortable top 4 slot at the moment. We're so far clear of 5th place because of the way the other teams have done. That's more down to them than it is to us. Fabio, maybe a good dribble. He's through. Can he score? Pull it back. Oh, just pull it back. We had the run. Carlos made the run. I think that, to me, should not count as a clear-cut opportunity. He's nowhere near going to score from there. Into the channel again. I've got Fabio taking throws as well when we're in the deep areas of the pitch, because 1, he's not bad at them, and 2, it means that when he throws the ball in, he can then make a really sort of unpicked up run into a really good area, and they never seem to track him. It's weird. That's how he scored a lot of his goals as well, actually, running from deep in those areas. Farmer now. Carlos, we need that run. Oh, through the channel. Isler's across, and it's saved again. See, that's more of a clear-cut opportunity than Fabio's for me. Isler, there's got to be a goal in this game. There has to be. Sorry, not Isler. Now it's Isler. Can he get a ball in? There's a player on the edge of the box, and that player is Masek. Can he pull it across for someone? No. Comes back from Manquillo, loses it. Gomez in with a big header. The pressure is there. We just need the goal. Carlos. Don't know what he's doing out there. That's not going to lead to anything, is it? Fabio! Oh my God. This is just like the Hearts game, except Fulham aren't as bad as Hearts were in that match in terms of attacking threat. They've actually had a shot. What, 2? Where do we go from here, really? Everyone's playing well-ish. We've already made a substitution at this point. I wonder... No, I don't really want to do that. I might get Njuku on for Achabar at this point. And that might be it for now, although it might end up making a change for Masek later on in this one, maybe around about 75 minutes, just depending on how his fitness is going. I don't want to throw on attacking, because I find that control, we're doing so well. Oh, come on, we just need that one goal. Anderson, and it's cleared. And now he's really tracking across there against Stevens. He's done well, just to force him into the long clearance. I think Achabar's done well today, but Njuku is more suited to that role. Achabar, generally, he's a better defensive mid. That's where he's... his first choice position would be Isler. Get that ball in. He does. Fabio! Yes, there we go. Wimbledon 1, Fulham 0, and that is the goal that would send us only 1 point behind Arsenal at the top of the... Oh no, we'd go top, amazingly. I don't even know how, but we would go top. Rotario, watch out now. Now, this is an area where I've got to think about what we do next. Do we try to defend or... Oh my God. Do we try to drop deeper, or do we just try and get that second goal and kill this game off? It's a very difficult situation to be in. Are Arsenal losing? Or are we just... Oh no, they've not actually played yet. So we could potentially go top of the Premier League. And after 19 matches, to have 48 points on the board, that's title winning form. In fact, to be honest, I think this season, if Arsenal... Oh, go on, Isler, pull it back across for someone. Just drop it in. Just drop it in. Fabio's in there. Isler's in there, and it's on the rebound, not quite. We've deserved the win. You can't look at this. We're dominating teams now. That one little change in the tactic of moving the strikers around like that has literally turned this tactic from being fairly decent to absolutely unstoppable at times. I feel like Champions League football this year is in the bag. I know that sounds a bit presumptuous, but Man United are 5th place. They've got 29 points. We are 18 points above them with 19 games to go. You'd have to say that that's the title in the bag. Even if we only beat Fulham 1-0 today, it's another clean sheet. It's another stonking performance in terms of the actual performance itself. Win that. Oh no. This is what happened against Everton. Oh, well played. There we go. Carlos in for Salvi. He's through. Can he clear it? Pull it across? Goes for goal instead. Another good opportunity goes begging. You feel like we probably should win this game more than 1-0 really, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. And we've got ourselves the win. Wimbledon 1, Fulham 0. Don't know how it was only 1-0, but it was. And Fabio is the man with the goal, so we'll take that at the end of the day, which I hate saying. We've done well there. 14 goals conceded this season. I think that's the 3rd best. No, sorry, 16. 4th best defence in the league. 16 conceded in 19 games and 44 scored. That is pretty much on the dot perfect for what I want right now. And when you look at the table, we're 8 points above Manchester City. No, we're not. We're 9 points above Manchester City. And most importantly, we are 19 points above Manchester United. Champions League football is coming to Wimbledon. And I know you're thinking, oh, there's a chance for you to get the title this year. I really just don't think... I mean, I was really starting to be a bit negative about that when we went into the Arsenal game, because it was off the back of the Everton match. And the fact that we've beaten Arsenal makes me wonder if there is an outside chance of us actually having a title push this year. It beggars belief, but the tactic changes have made the difference for us, because it's virtually the same team, with the addition of the goalkeeper, who's made he's made a huge difference to us. And I think Salvi as well has made a huge difference. But other than that, we're pretty much running with the same sort of team as last season. So yeah, and I think with a couple of maybe strengthening in January a little bit, but I want to save some of that money over to the summer maybe, so we can spend it a bit more wisely. Because this year for me is all about getting in the Champions League. I don't care if we don't win the league this year. Our next game, look, next game is away against 19th place West Ham. Although what I would say is that 19th place West Ham did beat Chelsea 4-1 in their last match before this weekend. Fulham also beat... God, who was it? Aston Villa 6-0 while they were in the relegation zone. So it's been a very topsy-turvy season for the most part. 25 goals for Fabio on the board at the halfway stage in the season. Outrageous. He could be on for player of the season. There's so much right going for us this year. I cannot believe how good Fabio has been. It's been all about him. So, next episode, guys, I'm thinking... we've got a long time till that. So what I want to make it happen is that... in theory, we'll do Crystal Palace away from home, and then in the next episode after that, it'll be Blackburn, Leicester, Huddersfield, and then the second leg against Stuttgart. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, guys, please do drop a like on the video. That'd be superb. I cannot believe what position we're in, but it is superb to be there. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll join you guys in the next episode for an away match against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. We've got Man United to come. If we can win that game, and we have done in the past, that could really start to put the stamp of approval on Champions League, I have to say. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.